Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I got these out of my to-do pile. I have tons in my to-do pile. These were mailed to me along with so many other things. If you mailed me something, trust me, it's in my to-do pile. But sometimes things have to get pushed prior to that to-do pile. So these are the cutest. There's two of them, little turtles in these coasters. They're pretty large. They are... oh my, 5 inches in diameter, so they're pretty big. You can actually use these as a little display piece if you have a little stand. And I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while, and I'm just gonna do alcohol drops in here. And yeah, I'm gonna use my epoxy. It'll let it move longer than the fast cure. What I'm afraid of in fast cure is if I pour it over my alcohol drops, it's just gonna stay in one place because it's really thick. I could be wrong, I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna use my epoxy today. And then I'm going to put crushed crystal in there, of course. And we're gonna figure out what to do with the turtle after we unmold it. I don't know quite yet. I possibly might fill it in with acrylic paint. That's the plan right now, but that can always change. I wanna see how big those little indentions are that it leaves me and what the color scheme ends up being. So let me grab some resin. I'm just gonna mix in the tiniest bit of the crushed crystal before I put it through the vacuum chamber. I mixed up 8 ounces and I think I only need 7. But I didn't want to be short today. The littlest bit goes a long way for this stuff. Yep, that's good. It'll look very sparkly under the water. I pulled out 3 different blues by Let's Resin, 3 different turquoises, same thing by Let's Resin. I pulled out my Pinata white alcohol ink. It is not a sinker white. I don't want it to be heavy. I just want it to be white. And we're gonna do like one at a time. So let me get this through the vacuum chamber and then we'll figure this out. Typically when you do this, you drop your alcohol inks in and then you pour your resin. What you want to avoid is dropping your alcohol inks in, waiting too long, and letting them dry on the tray. I think what I want to try to do is spritz it with 99% alcohol, then drip my alcohol ink in, and then pour the resin. It might even help stop stain your molds. So if you try this, just assume you're gonna stain your molds doing it this way. If you don't, you got a bonus. Because they're all gonna move anyway, so that's my thought process behind it. And this will help avoid bubbles in those corners. So I think I'm gonna try it that way. I've got them all open and ready to go. So once you start dripping, you gotta be quick. So make sure they're all ready. And yeah, I don't know the outcome. I don't know all the different, I didn't test all these on paper or anything. I just grabbed blues, greens, turquoises, and white. I don't know if I'm doing too much. I don't know if I'm doing too little. The white is the one that I'm a little worried about. Okay, then we're just gonna pour and let it do whatever it's going to do. This should take about 7 ounces. I mixed up 8. Okay, that's domed. I do have my heat gun out just in case. I shouldn't have domed it though. And I don't know. Should I heat gun it? Or should I use a... where is my, maybe I will help move the colors because they're not moving much. I've just got a little silicone tipped, pointy tipped tool here. What do you think? Do you think that worked? I think the alcohol on the bottom worked fine. So I think I'll do that again. I made a mess because I'm trying to swirl with it domed. I'd like to keep them as a set, so I'm gonna have to do them both the same. Of course, it's not gonna be exactly the same because I don't know what I dripped where and how much, so similar. I think this one's getting a little more. And one more, and then white. Oops. All right, let's do this one. Maybe I'll swirl before I pour it all the way high, since I want to keep them uniform. Plus the backs will look kind of cool. I haven't done this for the longest time, and I can't even remember. I know I've done it, I just can't remember what it was I did it in. And I know as it cures, it's going to move still, but not much. Okay, well, I think I overfilled it a little bit. Maybe not. So I have about an ounce left. So these hold 3.5 ounces each. Try to avoid trimming by wiping the edges off. That could just be alcohol ink, but just want to be sure. I think I'll find something to do with these. I might actually fill these up. These little shaker molds I did the other day, not knowing they were shakers. I think I will fill those up and make a couple. I don't know whether I'll finish the actual shaker today, but at least I will get them poured and see how the day goes. I'm just gonna grab a long neck lighter. Since I have them domed, I don't want to make them go over the edge if I spray alcohol to break that surface tension. So I'm just popping bubbles. Okay, let me see what I'm gonna do with this extra. I think I'm gonna do the same thing in these. So let's just, well, I gotta leave it on the table, but I don't wanna move those. So we'll have to just, I'm gonna do blue and green in one. Blue, green, and white. Let's see what happens in these little things. I don't know how much they hold. And we'll do, I'm just gonna grab some random colors. I know blue and pink will make purple. So let's try that. Blue and pink. Oh, that one's not open. Of course, I always grab ones that are not open. Maybe a little white. Whoops, a little more white, I guess. That's two. I'm gonna just go in and help it. This one needs a little bit more. And this one too. Oops, let me help this one before I do that. Use a okay, now what color? Should we do red and yellow in one? So it'll be red, orange, and yellow. There's red, yellow. I think I'll add white to all of them. 2 drops. Sorry if you can't see. I know my hand's blocking. Whoops. A little stir. How about a black and white one? Wonder what that would look like. Got some alcohol ink that's on there. Okay, let me grab a black and hopefully this one's open. We'll do a black and white. Whoops. Hopefully I have enough resin, I don't know. Again, sorry for my hand in the way. I don't think I have enough for 4. Oh yeah, I do. Gotta scrape. So these are gonna take 1 ounce. If you have this mold, you're gonna need 1 ounce of resin. Perfect. Perfect scraped. And a little swirl. We'll see what they come out like. I have no idea what to expect, especially with the white in all of them. Okay, see you on demold. Let's unmold everything. Not sure about the white dropping in there, but I guess we're gonna find out. This was the blue and the red. Well, it's okay. I lost a lot of the blue. Most of my blue's gone. It's like right here on the edge. There's a bunch of white. I don't know, it kind of looks marbled. Maybe it'll look better if we fill it. This one was the blue and the green. That's not too bad. It's mostly green. I don't know if, well, yeah, it's mostly green. You could see the crushed crystal. I lost all the blue. Huh. This one was the red and the yellow, which stained my mold. Yeah, I should have probably not put the white in. Maybe all the stuff that we stick in the center will like take your eye away from that. But crushed crystal showed up, but it turned really just orange. I'm guessing this one's mostly, oh, this one's the nicest one, and I thought it would be the worst, the black and the white. Imagine that. That one looks really, really cool. I just happened to buy a bunch of stuff at Michael's the other day. This is a whole bunch of little inclusions that you can put in shaker molds. I just need to get me some shaker molds. I know I have the coffee cup one. I think I have one other one. I have to find it. I think it's an ice cream cone. Okay, let's get these out. Look, I didn't stain the molds. So maybe spraying the alcohol in there first saved the molds from being stained. Although I did spray the alcohol in this first and the yellow still stained it. So maybe it's just the coloring. All right. That one's not stained either. Okay, well, I like the blue and the green. Not crazy about all the white because the white didn't really move a lot. You cannot see the turtle, so we definitely need to fill it in. I'm just thinking, what can we fill this in with? That is the question. Can you even see it in the camera? Barely. All right, let's fill this in. I've got this white pearl metallic acrylic paint. Let's fill it in with that and see what it looks like. I was thinking about UV resin, but I'm pretty sure the holes are just a little too small, especially those bubbles. The tip, I would just be fighting with it, so I didn't want to fight with it today. Yeah, we're gonna just fill it in with some acrylic paint, and I will let it dry overnight. All I do is squash the paint into all the little crevices. Get yourself a little squeegee, like this one from the Dollar Tree. Cut it off level. Wipe as much as you can out so you don't have to do a lot of cleanup tomorrow, but you'll just clean it up with some alcohol after it's dry. So I'm just going to get it in all these little bubbles and all of the turtle, and then we're going to let it dry really, really good before we clean it off. If you clean it off while it's wet, you're just going to be grabbing all that paint and taking the paint right back out. So got to be patient with this process. Let's work on the shakers. So I trimmed all the backs and I cut all the acetate to go onto the little tops. So now all we have to do is fill them, and I'm so glad these little beads were mailed to me recently. Who would have ever guessed that I would be using them so much? So since this one lost a lot of the blue, I'm going to pull some blue in with these blue beads, and I'm going to try not to fill them as much as I did on the last video, because they were quite full and they didn't shake very much. So I'm gonna do the blue beads. I pulled these out too. These were mailed to me quite a while ago and I haven't used them yet. So there's little flowers and then little fruit slices. Not sure, but I just pulled them out anyway. Let's put some of this glitter. Oops, that's upside down. I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter, which I don't know if glitter is a good idea because I'm not doing the water in here. We'll do, I just don't want static to happen. Do a little bit of the glitter. And I can fit some more blue beads in there. I think I will put more blue beads, and then maybe I'll put some of these little flowers in today. Little blue beads, and then we'll UV resin on the tops, but I'm gonna get them all filled first. Oops. Come on, get in there. I'm just gonna grab some and poke them in. Try not to waste these that I dropped. And let's see if that's full enough. I think so. Oops. Here we go again. And then we'll put the top on that and set it aside for now. Yeah, that'll shake. That's cute. Let's see, the black one, I'm going to do the black and gold beads. And maybe some iridescent shimmers. Maybe half full this time. And then we have some of these little tiny flowers. That'll be good for that one. Put the acetate on there before it gets blown away by my ceiling fan. Okay. Yeah, that shakes much better than the last time. So I'm going to do them half full. For the orange one, what can I do? These have a lot of orange in them. These are like little flowers. Do I have orange beads? Ooh, I have this color. So let's do some of these and some of the flowers. I love these little beads, and I'm not sure where she got them, but I do love them. I tried Googling them everywhere and I can't find them, and I looked up Bear Mountain Designs. I couldn't find anything, so maybe she doesn't sell them anymore. I'm not quite sure. Let's get some of these little flowers. Adorable. And maybe a little bit of these look like raindrops, iridescent raindrops. Do a couple in there. And then we'll shake it all up. Put the lid on. Yep, adorbs. One more in green. What do I have for green? Oh, I have this. This will go really good. So we'll do some of this. And then a little tiny bit more. Oh. What do I have? What do I have? Oh, I have these little limes. That would be good. Couple more, and then maybe a couple of these little moons, iridescent moons, just to give a little shimmer. Not many. I think that will be good. Let's get the little piece of acetate on. Very cute. Then all you do, and I've got my light over to the side. I got too much stuff on my table. So what I'm gonna do to all of them, and I'm not gonna show it, I'll just do it in fast forward. I'm just gonna first, whoa, no, please don't come off. Oh goodness. Hang on a minute. Kind of an emergency here. Okay. I'm just going to the edge, the inner edge, with some UV resin. I'm going to cure that, and then I'll do a full top coat over the whole thing. I hope it didn't get on the inside. If it did, then some of those are not going to shake. So that's what I'm going to do for all of them. So let me work on that, and then I'll show you the end result. They're all done. I did learn a lesson. So these two rectangular ones, I had to do twice, but I salvaged them. That dual light that I use by Let's Resin is very strong. And these two got messed up on the top, so I had to peel everything off and start over. And then I just top coated it and used my flashlight first. Once I used the flashlight on them, then I top coated them and stuck them under the big light. So if you try these, don't do the big light first because it totally messed with the acetate. But they're good. I added a couple of charms and a tassel to each one of them, and they all shake fine. Here's the little blue and pink and flowers. Again, a couple of charms. These two did fine the first way, so I'm not sure what it was about the other two, but same thing, a couple of charms on each one. These ones look really cute, although I did get a little resin underneath that one, but it's still good. So those are all shakeables. All right, let's get back to the coasters. They're dried and scrubbed down with alcohol and ready for their top coat. It was difficult because the paint was pretty much the same color as my white swirls, so I kept scrubbing and scrubbing, realizing it's not coming off because it's the alcohol. So I put them up on a jar just in case they drip, and I added a little tiny more of the crushed crystal into the top coat. This is tabletop resin, so this is what I always coat everything with because it is made for this purpose. So I got about an ounce made. It's probably way too much, but we'll find out. We're just gonna spread it to the edges and let it cure, and it's gonna bring out a beautiful shine and sparkle. You can use a torch on this. Well, I will use a torch on this because there's no molds to ruin, and just bring it to that edge, and that's it. They're gonna be gorgeous. I probably should have picked a different color for the turtle, but it's okay. It'll still look good. I just had to study the scrubbing because I kept thinking I was missing stuff, but it wasn't coming off. So I'm just gonna turn this. Maybe an ounce was about right, so it's probably gonna take about a ½ ounce each. And I put it up on a jar in case it drips because you don't want this adhering to your surface underneath. But tabletop resin, I don't usually ever have a problem. I mean, when you're flood coating, that's different. That's when you want it to go over the edges. You definitely need it on something. But top coating, it really never goes over the edge. It's really thick. It sets up really fast. And that is beautiful. Just need a little more right there. And that took about half this ounce. So I'm just going to do that on this one. And here you have the finished product. All cured, shiny, beautiful. I think they came out great. They look like you could see the pearlescent in the white color if you angle it, but the only thing I would have changed is the white swirl with the white turtle. Don't think I will use that alcohol ink in this kind of technique again, but I really like how they came out. Still transparent, but you could still see the blue and the green. The sparkle is really pretty. Not sure you can pick it up, but I can definitely see the crushed crystal. So here we have the final product. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you like them. Give me some color choices for these. Maybe I'll do them again because I just love that turtle. All right, stick around for those final pictures. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.